Yo, it's mad cold out here. Super cold. Freaking cold Saturday morning out here in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. And by cold, I mean it's like 50 degrees. So I know those of you who maybe live in colder climates are like, shut up. But for me, this is freezing. Saturday morning, headed to the gym. Running super late. But usually Saturdays are a chill day. At the gym, not a lot of people show up, especially during the holiday season. Oh, sorry. So looking forward, maybe a small class if anyone shows up. If not, at least I'll be out and about and out of bed. So I do have some good news to share with everybody. For those of you who have been following my little channel here for the last couple of weeks, you know that my wife and I have been in the process of trying to buy a house here in Phoenix. We had one, we were under contract, financing, all the good stuff. Last second it fell through because the title wasn't clear. The previous seller hadn't cleared the title, and obviously that presents a lot of legal risk. So that deal fell through. It fell through a week or 2 weeks before we were supposed to close. So as you can imagine, that was heartbreaking, right? All this time, money, effort spent into it, only for it to kind of fall out the last second. So we were back on the scene, looking for a home, and we ended up finding one in a completely different part of town than we had thought we wanted to live in, but one that I think fits what we were looking for in terms of the house, proximity to our social circles, like our church, our gym, our friends, and also within our budget, most importantly, right? And so we went under contract. It was actually a pretty smooth negotiation. The seller did a lot to kind of help entice us to buy the home, and I guess entice is the wrong word. The seller was eager to work with us in helping us buy their home, and so we went under contract, started doing all the paperwork. We're actually set to close here next week, which is insane, incredible, and I almost can't believe it because I'm waiting for like the bottom to fall out. So if I post this and then post another video a couple days later saying, hey, guess what, guys, we lost the house again, then you'll know I'm just kind of got bad luck in these endeavors. But yeah, so it's been a wild ride, because going from that situation with almost buying a house to back to square one to now like on the urge of like buying this new home, it's been crazy. It's been chaotic. Plus work has been hella busy. So it's like there's a level of added stress in my life that, you know, I'm not really exactly thrilled with, especially as we enter into the holiday seasons. And finances are always something you have to take more attention to and be mindful and budget correctly. Just trying to do all this and have a Christmas for the family and all these things has kind of been weighing heavy on my mind. But, you know, I feel like in the end of the day, it'll all work itself out. It always does. God's good. I'm just kind of in this state of like, I guess, hopeful anxiousness. But I've decided to do more training as a result to that, because I know myself, and I know that when I get stressed and when I feel like the weight of the world on my shoulders, I tend to like not want to do anything. Like I just kind of like do the things I need to do, then I just kind of withdraw. And I don't think that's healthy in the long run, right? Everyone needs some time to recharge, but I think when you just kind of like want to just shut off completely after the work day, I don't think that's healthy. the least bit, because I'm not going to the gym. I'm not going and doing the things I need to do to be, mindful of my health, my spirituality, my, all the things that I need to do. So I've been really trying to, in this like stress, not let my response be to just kind of like withdraw, but more like tackle things head on. And a lot of that has been like going to the gym more, training jiu-jitsu more, things that are going to force me to be uncomfortable, force me to interact with people, force me to just do the same processes that I would normally do, even despite like the burdens I'm feeling in my head. And it's been helpful. It's allowed me to kind of get out of some funk, exert some energy, not just sit around and eat junk food or play video games or just kind of veg out after the workday. So I've been grateful in that, and I think that just it's been a result of me just understanding myself and taking some hard looks at me and the way I react to things, and just wanting to be better, because I feel like the way I was doing things in the past wasn't healthy and wasn't getting me out of the funk that I was in. It wasn't out of the situation I was in. I mean, all these things will pass, and I do feel like it's not anything crazy. I just feel like I just got a lot to work through and work on. Nothing that's like detrimental or life or death, but just a lot to begin with in a season. My daughter's about to graduate college, so we're gonna have to make a trip out to Texas, and so there's just a lot going on on the home front, that I just want to make sure that I'm not being overwhelmed and mentally kind of shutting down and shutting out people. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to jump on and say today, is that like in spite of everything, just I feel like sometimes, in spite of things seemingly like mounting up and the pressures that produces, I've had to really, as I've gotten older, understand like what are those trigger points, and understanding when I'm feeling these kinds of like levels of anxiety and stress, and then channeling them in a more healthy way. Not doing the things I used to do when I was super young, like drinking and smoking and partying and doing all the things that like were taking my mind, like self-medicating in that way, but more just kind of being mindful that I need to push through these challenges, and not take steps back, but keep going forward. So because on the other end of that journey is going to be like a level of peace and quietness, and more importantly, achieving the desired results of whatever actions you're trying to work through, whether that's work or family or whatever the case may be. So again, it's not something that I feel like I'm an expert in, but it's something that I've come to understand in my own life, and I've really tried to implement that when I feel like these heightened levels of stress and anxiety. But yeah, if nothing else, it's just a cathartic release of me spewing my emotions out into a camera before I'm about to get twisted up like a pretzel by some close friends. So yeah, and with that being said, you guys have a great week. God bless you all, and see you on the next one.